What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. So, of course, we got a couple of actors right here, Zachary Levi and Stephen Amell. Both of them caught major heat over the last couple of weeks for their comments in regards to the strike. So, Stephen Amell, basically, he was like, look, I think strikes are a negotiating tactic that doesn't really work. It's kind of reductive, kind of doesn't make sense. It takes away from what it is that we're trying to accomplish. We should be, going about this a whole different way. That's basically what Stephen Amell said. Zachary Levi was essentially saying, hey, I wish I could go out there and discuss the things that I want to discuss with you fans, but I'm under gag orders from SAG-AFTRA. I can't just go out there and talk about all the characters that I played, talk about the movies and the shows that I've done. I can't do it because I'm under a gag order. Now, both of these guys caught major backlash, not only from their fellow actors, but also from fans in general. We've done both videos on both of these guys. I'll link them above if you didn't see those. But clearly, the heat got to one of these guys more than the other. Yep, and that would be Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell, look at the look on this man's face, okay? Look at the soulless stare in his eyes, okay? There's nothing there. There's nothing behind this look. All right, this man is broken and defeated, all right? This is the look of a broken, defeated man, folks, okay? Who got curb stomped by the machine because he happened to have a difference of opinion, all right? This dude does not look happy to be here whatsoever. Look, compare him to this guy over here, all right? This dude looks like he's excited. He's happy. Look at the smile on his face. It's time for some action, all right? Steve looked like he just got off the phone, like with, what's her face, Fran Drescher, all right, who's been chewing his ass out for the last half hour, all right? I'm gonna need you down on the picket line, the front line tomorrow, buddy, okay? There will be a care package on your doorstep that'll have a SAG-AFTRA Strong shirt in it, all right? And it'll have a sign. I'm gonna need you to find some cardboard tubing, all right? Take the sign there, and I need to see you down on the front lines at 9 a.m. sharp. Are we clear? That's the conversation that this cat just got through having, all right? I mean, he just looks completely broken, But not so for Zachary Levi. Yeah, Zachary Levi is saying, oh, yeah, Hollywood makes garbage, and you guys need to stop watching it. I got to give it up to Zach Levi, man. He keeps it a buck, man. He keeps it 100%, all right? And look, I understand the message. Listen, because everybody's saying like, yeah, this garbage that comes out of Hollywood message, we have to actively not choose the garbage. I understand that Zachary Levi may not be the perfect messenger for this particular message. And it's really related to Shazam too, all right? The first Shazam is fine. Most people like the first Shazam. I think it had like a 90% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Most people think it's a pretty good movie. Shazam 2 has a whole lot of issues, but I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I didn't think it was a great movie by any stretch of the imagination either, okay? I thought the villains were all wrong. I thought there were some things that Zach Levi was even more of a problem with when it came to the film. I actually did my review. I'll link it above if you didn't see that. But in terms of the film itself, it wasn't terrible, but nevertheless, he's not the perfect messenger for this, and everybody's kind of coming out and saying that. Yeah, this was the tweet on Culture Crave. They know once you've already bought the ticket and you're in the seat, they've got your money. The only way for us to change any of it is to not go to the garbage, right? And of course, they said, does he know? They said, oh, he knows. This guy, who's going to tell him? I mean, you've been getting that kind of reaction on Twitter, which is completely understandable. I'm not even going to speak about that. But he's not wrong. Okay, look, Zach Levi is not wrong about what he's saying. He's basically saying what we've all said, all right? That Hollywood is just producing nothing but garbage. Okay, it's nothing but garbage films. And yeah, what do you expect? If you keep going to see the garbage, then they're just going to keep giving you the garbage. Now, I do think that with the box office performing that way it has performed in this particular year, I do think that people are already kind of caught on to this message. Because none of the Disney stuff has made any money, I think, with the exception of maybe Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's it, all right, in terms of 2023. I know maybe Avatar, people keep throwing Avatar in my face. That was last year, okay? That dropped in 22, all right? But for 2023 films, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania lost money. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny lost money. Elemental, that Pixar film, that lost money. Haunted Mansion lost money. Little Mermaid lost money. So I think that audiences in general agree with this statement, and they are absolutely actively not choosing the garbage. So let's go ahead and read this article. Shazam star Zachary Levi has slammed the garbage that comes out of Hollywood, calling on fans to vote with their wallets. Appearing at the Chicago Fan Expo on Saturday, as reported by Entertainment Weekly, the Shazam actor asked for fans to actively not choose rubbish movies. I personally feel the amount of content that comes out of Hollywood that is garbage, they don't care enough to actually make it great for you guys. They don't, he said. Levi criticized certain movies' inability to live up to their hype. How many times do you watch a trailer and go, oh my God, this looks so cool. Then you go to the movie and it's like, this is what I get at it, Levi. They know that once you've already bought the ticket and you're in the seat, they've got your money. And the only way for us to change any of it is to not go to the garbage. We have to actively not choose the garbage. It'll help a lot. Levi's, of course, Shazam 2 failed to bring an audience upon its March release with a mediocre critical reception, earning just $133 million worldwide. Like I said, it's not a great movie, okay? But I think it's better than this. I mean, there's been way worse films that have made more money than that. But nevertheless, yeah, it's a really, really average movie. You know, very, very average kind of, you know, middling kind of movie. And it could have been a lot better. I blame the villains. This is meanwhile back on the podcast on Twitter, or X, I guess. He's not entirely wrong. There is a lot of crap. The desire to entertain has been unfortunately overridden by our culture war. Films, televisions, podcasts, comic books, and more have been turned into proxy battlegrounds. Most people go to the movies to escape from the real world, and too much of the real world is now following us through the escape hatch. Yeah, and it's the writing, okay? It's the writing. These activists in Hollywood are bad writers. That's bottom line, all right? They're bad writers. And there used to be a moment in time in Hollywood where you had good activists or activists that were also good writers, okay? They actually knew how to write. These guys in Hollywood now don't know how to write. Hollywood writers back in the day, they would have understood, look, regardless of all my activism and my personal ideology, all right, I need a story that has a good character, good main character motivations, wants, and needs, and a story that's driven by those things, all right? And then you have a compelling villain, you have some twists, you have some turns, you have some great cinematic moments, all right? I need all of that to be in this film in order for regular, normal people to watch it. And then somewhere layered 6 or 7 layers beneath all of that, okay, beneath the great story that sits out there on the surface all by itself, somewhere underneath that is my message, is the message that I want everybody to understand and everybody to, you know, take a hold of, all right? That's the way writing used to be. All right. And now, because it's like this guy has said, all of that has been overridden by the culture war. So the most important thing right now is, oh, we just have to bash you over the head with our message. You know, the message is the most important thing in the whole wide world. So they've turned all of these things into battlegrounds for the message, and getting lost in all of that is the fact that, hey, I just want to go and enjoy a good movie and a good story. We've been talking about that forever and a day on this particular channel. And so, yeah, you just look at a big pile of shit, you know, that's basically what Hollywood has turned into. That's what Zachary Levi is essentially saying, you know. But I think, you know, the audiences were already ahead of the game on this, all right? Like I said, all of these films have just been underperforming in the box office. It's stuff that just comes out of nowhere, like Barbie or Super Mario, that have taken off. And the reason they took off is because they both played to the audience, all right? They both played to their respective audiences. Super Mario Brothers was a fun kids family film, okay? It looked authentic. It looked like Mario. It wasn't crammed with all kinds of woke ideological nonsense. All right, because that's not what families are coming to see. Now, Barbie, on the other hand, that is, you know, directly related to women. Okay, they're focusing on women. That's their primary audience, and not just women, older women. Okay, women that grew up on Barbie, you know, over the last, you know, 40, 50 years. It was focused on those women. Some of those women are, you know, feminists. Some of those women are, you know, man haters or whatever, you know. I haven't seen the movie. I can't comment on the movie as if it's good or not. But what I'm saying is the reason that it did well in the box office is because it spoke to its target audience. And that's what you need to do. And some of these films that Hollywood comes out with, they don't speak to the target audience. All right? They're speaking to the folks, the woke idiots over in Hollywood. They're writing movies for their woke friends. I've said this several times. That's who they're writing these films for. They're not writing the films for the fans. They could care less about the fans. Marvel came out and said, we don't even want fans in writers' rooms. All right? We are here writing films specifically for woke culture, okay? That's what we're trying to do. It's ideological driven. And people that don't understand that, they come in the comment sections and get upset. But that's the reality. And that's the reason why all of these films have failed so far this year, okay? You can argue with me, but you can't argue with them numbers in the box office. Anyway, folks, I've talked too much. You guys let me know what you think about Zach Levi. Just basically coming out and saying what we all already know, all right? That Hollywood makes nothing but garbage, okay? And they need to slow down the garbage content. Otherwise, we're not gonna keep watching this, all right? There's all kinds of independent creators out there basically saying, hey, you know, the time is right. Let's go ahead and jump in with both feet. Let's see what we can get out of this. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.